Let's go.
Hello.
Hi. We've been asked about basically the ins and out of business, and we're just gonna give you our experience.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt because we are not professionals.
And
as
it's different
far
for
as-
everybody.
Yeah, as far as being super experienced professionals, we're professionals, but we haven't been doing this for like 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say, in our last discussion, we talked about the LLC. If you guys have not seen that video, make sure you guys go check that out. But so let's say at this point you have the LLC, you have the documentation, and you're like, let's jump into figuring out what we are doing. What are we offering? A service? Are we offering a product? I think that's like one of the first things that you need to define for yourself. And so from then on, you basically get the materials and supplies you need.
Mm-hmm.
So
one thing I will say about that, 9 times out of 10, when you're starting your business, you will be paying out of pocket for majority of this stuff. And what I mean by that is you don't have a business quite yet that's bringing in enough profit to support you getting material, for you getting machinery if that's what you need, for you getting anything that you need for your business. 9 times out of 10 you will be paying for that with your own money, not business money. So be prepared for that. I would say save in advance. I know there is a way you can get a loan, a business loan for that type of stuff. You will most likely be paying out of pocket for starting materials and the startup cost of your business.
So yeah, like she was saying, you're gonna be using your own personal money unless you have friends, family that are willing to kind of invest in your idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing is, and normally they say just be careful about this, but when you have a business partner, make sure that you can work with your business partner.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can negotiate well.
You trust them with money.
You trust them with money. You trust them with the business, the
Mm-hmm.
ideas, everything. So it's think about just that first building block of everything. Like, how do you want to go about this? How do you want to filter in and funnel money into this to get it started? Because unless you have something or saved up for enough for this, you are gonna, either way, you're gonna be using something from your own resources.
Yep.
Somehow, somewhere. So now let's say jump forward, you've gotten your resources. For us, it was 3D printers, obviously, and filament, things like that. It can be small stuff to like needing a printer, everything. You got all that. So now we're like, okay, well, what are you gonna print, or what are you going to offer your customers? I think that goes into, you need to think about the scope of things. Do you want that to be a service? Do you want it to be a physical product? Do you want to be the specifics of it? So, which is very difficult because everybody's like, I don't care what it is, I just need to make money, right? Name of the game is find something that everybody loves, everybody wants, and make the most money while it's hot, while it's trending. And that's great and all, but it is tough to like finally settle in to your niche if you're constantly doing that. And that was our experience.
Yeah.
Trying to chase the dollar while still trying to find our niche. That's okay to take the time to do that, to figure out what you like or what you don't like with your own business. You'll find stuff that you think is going to be great, and then your customers or clientele are just not going to be too hot by it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's just, how do you build that bridge between you and your client base and your customer base on how to make sure that your business secures profit?
One thing I do want to throw out there that we have experienced is, so for 3D printing alone, there are a lot of parts in printers that either break super easily or burn out, or things like that. So one thing that I will recommend is, if you are starting a business similar to ours, I would say have backup parts. If they are, like I said, known to break easy, or you struggle with not breaking them when you're dealing with them or handling them, I would say keep backup parts. Because let's say you get like an order for like 20 products and you're still waiting for a part to come in that you ordered last week, I mean, it really stresses you out. It puts stress on the business. It just makes things a lot more hectic than they need to be. So I would say keep backup parts.
So let's talk about the next thing. Now you've got a few things under your belt as far as you know what you want to sell, you know what you want to build the bridge on with your customer base. Now let's talk about like maintaining. Okay, this is a very broad, discussion over the ins and outs. We could go into specifics, but we'd be here all day. But I think the biggest thing with that is being organized. And when I say organized, I mean so when you start a business, you are wearing all the hats. It's not just one hat, it's not just two hats, you're wearing all of them. And if you have a partner, you're still wearing all of them with your partner. You guys are both tag teaming, figuring out who's done what hasn't been done. That is a constant thing always going. And so that communication has to be like knit tight. For if it's just you, then you have to be super organized. And I really honestly think that there's no such thing as like being over organized when it comes to this stuff. I will in that mindset, I will also say make sure you're keeping what you're saying organized. Make sure it's stuff that's actually relevant to your business and important to the business. You do and you can spend a little too much time worrying about some of the specifics. So when we're talking about tracking expenses, we're talking about make sure you're keeping up receipts and things like that. Normally I just do date, description, quantity, price, done.
Yeah.
Right? Keep it bare simple, bare basic stuff, because those are the only things that matter when it comes to filing taxes or when it comes to referencing maybe a customer's purchase and I have no idea what they're talking about. I can find it like that. You want to be able to be organized enough where you can find it super quick.
So when you own a business, or even if you don't have an LLC, but you have like a little small business that you're running, keep every single receipt of everything that you purchase that you are going to use in your business. Because at the end of the year, you will file your taxes and you can write off everything. And you want to make sure that you have your receipts just in case you get audited. I know it's not like a super big thing, but it will help you when filing your taxes. So keep all of your receipts so that you can log how much money that you've spent, how much money that you've made. That is a huge thing when you're making profit off of a business. So,
and I think one thing is at this point you're like hearing, okay, Anna Jasmine, that's a lot of my time in the day.
It is.
Again, going back, and I reiterate, you're wearing multiple hats, but also all of this time that you're doing, you're going to be thankful that you did it later, because this is an investment of time in yourself, in your business, and it's going to grow. So whenever you can't find something and you weren't organized, you're going to stumble over yourself. So be as organized as you can, keep things relevant to the business, simple, and then another thing is keeping track of what you have as far as inventory. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Just get an Excel spreadsheet.
Just get Excel spreadsheet. You can always use Google Docs too. A Google Gmail is free and it has the Google Docs. So you can always use that if you don't have the Microsoft, the Excel.
Just because we're giving you all of this information, you take what you can. Like she said, take it with a grain of salt. Everyone likes things differently. So if you find that maybe you don't want to, have it all on a computer, then maybe you can just write it all down. Like, it's just going to depend on what works for you, how you like to visualize things, how you like to see them. So, I mean, we can give you as much advice as we want to, but it's all going to depend on how things work for you and your business. So,
yeah, I think we're giving you kind of the skeleton to follow per se, and you kind of add on the rest of it later. You know what I mean? And it's at your own unique style, your own unique ideas. This is kind of just where we started and what we did, and I'm sure there's going to be some experienced entrepreneurs out there that said, hey, you haven't thought about this. We would love to hear from you, because guess what? We're kind of new to this, and we're just sharing our experience, and we obviously want to learn more too.
Yeah.
So those are just some of our, I guess, steps that we took. Branding and marketing, social media, all those things are extremely, extremely tedious to keep up with, because guess what? It's not just focused on just the books. It's not just focused on just the product, just the designs for us. It's also talking to you guys, hearing what you guys want to hear from us, just getting out there. I mean, you almost need someone that basically just does mostly that, and that's difficult, you know, especially nowadays. How to stay like trendy is really hard because you have to be on all the socials to do that. Some people have been able to make it with just, you know, being local and word of mouth, and I applaud those people, because I think for me it would be very difficult to do that. That's a great gateway, but man, if we just did like only local, like,
the internet is something else for us. So
use the internet as a resource. Don't, and I say all this, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying just solely rely on the internet. I'm just saying it is a powerful tool to use.
It is. Research. Majority of owning a business, you will find yourself doing research. You're going to do so much research before you even start your business that by the time you start, you're like, oh, I should know everything that I need to know. Absolutely not. I find myself doing research throughout the day, all the time, and you know, you can never do enough research. So that is going to help tremendously when you start a business and while owning a business. So
yeah, I feel like if you stop doing research and stop trying to find new ways and think that just one thing is going to be the only way and the all answer one thing, your business will not evolve. You know, trying to find new innovative processes and ways to come up with things is really the name of the game, because people are constantly evolving, and for us, technology is constantly advancing to the point we've got to keep up. We've got to learn more. We've got to stay relevant. And again, that is hard. But also, again, the power of the internet, you can do the research from your home, from anywhere, you know, from your car, anywhere. So you can stay up to date on everything just through your phone.
Yeah.
So, but for more specifically with social media platforms and things like that, is I would say just we try not to stay too much on them, and try not to, you know, there's some that we don't post every day. There's some that we do, and we try to keep those things kind of all in line with each other, but each social platform offers a different thing.
Yeah.
At least that's what has worked for us, or that's what we're trying to do. Some people, they'll just copy paste and do the same video on TikTok and to YouTube to Instagram to Facebook, whatever. That's fine. Just do what works for you. Find what works for you. That's just what we've wanted to do, what we've kept doing. Every single one of our platforms has a little bit of a twist, you know, different direction with itself, but it all falls in line with East Coast Prints. I do want to add in one more thing and bring this kind of full circle to a close. I am thinking that we will add something onto our Patreon. So for our top tier Patreons, we would love to discuss with you and keep track with us with our business life and your business life, and maybe, you know, offer some insight here and there, or, you know, get some feedback from you guys. And we want to build that community. So for our top tier patrons, if you just join our community, then you'll have, you know, that bridge between us and you, and we can just discuss those things. So we wanted to offer that service as well in this. We are no means like, we don't have, you know, certificates or degrees or anything in our business degree, so please, like I said, take everything with a grain of salt.
This is all
learn your own experience.
From experience.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah.
So do what works for you. Please like this video, comment if you have any advice that we can take, because we're always open to new ideas and things like that. So if you are planning on starting a business, then good luck from us, and you will do great. So yeah, but we will see you guys in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.